Ramadan iftars is all about gatherings and bringing people together, friends, extended families. Even though I'm away from my home country, Egypt, I'm also here in London, which is my home, has been for the past 2 decades. And I always use this occasion to celebrate Ramadan as close as possible as we used to celebrate it in Egypt. So it's all about the setting. So iftar is the meal that we break our fast with. It's with sunset. As soon as sunset, happens, you break your fast with iftar. And it's usually a lavish meal, although this can contradict the spirit of Ramadan. But through centuries, the spirit of Ramadan again is about bringing people together. And there's no better way of celebrating this with just a lovely spread of food. Soup is the most important thing on the table. Because this is like, of course, you've been fasting for long hours and you can't just start eating mains and appetizers. So soup is very important, along with the Ramadan drinks, to dehydrate and refresh you. So traditionally, yes, they do like lentil soup, but we go for like chicken soup and these safe ones. Today I'm doing something a bit innovative. So I'm doing sweet potato soup with a hint of blue cheese, which is really nice, and then followed by a set of appetizers. I've got pastilla rolls, breaded halloumi with za'atar, cheese rolls as well for the kids, and then followed by a fata, which this time I'm doing chickpea fata. I have Syrian roots, and I like to always have Levantine plates on my table. I really enjoy to connect with this part of my family. And then we have roast beef today. I have a Turkish dish actually, but it's very famous in Egypt. So it's called sharkaseya, which is chicken with walnut sauce. And you will find with Egyptian cuisine, it just reflects how Egypt has been a very cosmopolitan country throughout centuries, throughout history, and this is very much reflected in our food. So all our gathering, you'll find it includes, different dishes, has roots from various cuisines around the world. This is typical Egyptian table or menu on an iftar would be like this. In the second half of Ramadan, we start thinking about Eid, which 4 days that comes after Ramadan, highlighting that, celebrating that the fast is over and Ramadan is over. It's very famous with the kahk. It's called Eid al-Fitr, and it's all about kahk, which is like, I would say, like mini cookies or biscuit that has different fillings. And you will find in the last 10 days of Ramadan, you will be starting to have them as a dessert, just getting ready for Eid. In Ramadan, desserts has to be most of the time traditional. This is resemble Ramadan. So this is kunafa. This is what all Ramadan is about. It's the most famous Ramadan dessert. We do it here with cream, and mine has some ricotta cheese, a mix of milk pudding. Sometimes they have nuts in it. This is one of my creations. I call it my cheeseboard tart, and the idea came to me, as is very obvious, that you have cheeseboard components here. You've got the brie, the figs, and pecans, and because it's Ramadan, I decided to add some majdoul dates here. Spending Ramadan in London, actually, it can be a bit challenging because the pace of life doesn't slow down. Unlike in the Middle East, you will have shorter day for works and schools and things like that. It tends to be easier. But we get used to it. I'm really happy with the community because, like you see today, my house will be full of people celebrating Ramadan, even if they're not Muslims. And it's just a lovely occasion. We celebrate Christmas and Easter, and we can celebrate Ramadan. And it all comes down again to the food, marking these occasions and bringing people together.